Are you someone who cares about productivity? Have you tried goal setting workbooks, planners, different systems to help organize your life and be more efficient without any success? Well, you're not the only one. Ever since young, I've tried different note-taking systems, planners, notebooks to try and retain information and organize my life without much success. I actually stopped using any form of systems for a couple years now. And lately I've been back on YouTube to learn more about productivity systems, to learn different ways of organizing our lives. And I have just found the planner that has helped me set goals that I can achieve and are also challenging at the same time. So if you are, like me, someone who has been trying different systems, trying different things to make life easier and without much success, keep on watching. Alright, so after so long, I finally found the planner that I think will suit me the most, and that is this, the Passion Planner. So the Passion Planner is a hybrid in terms of it has places for you to do a to-do list. It also has frameworks for you to do mind mapping and setting goals, which I'll go further into. So when you open this up, you have a page to fill up your name, email, and a reward if someone actually finds your book. You see an introduction on ways that you can, how you'll benefit from this Passion Planner, their story, how it's set up. Highly recommending you to read this, make sure that you know how to best use the planner, and the different steps that you can take. So the first thing I do was to fill up the passion roadmap. Follow the instructions, be real intentional with it. Sometimes brain dumping before can help. Brain dumping is when you write out whatever is in your mind so that your thought space is clear. And in addition to the roadmap, I also create a theme of the year, which is like a compass that guides me throughout the entire year in terms of my goals. It can be a guiding word or a phrase. If that's too long of a time to stick to for you, you can definitely break it down into each quarter of the year. For me, this year's theme is achievement. I chose this word because I know that I'm graduating and that this milestone in my life will create new opportunities. This is a framework that you can possibly try. Planners and organization is all about experimentation, trying new things, adapting what works and what doesn't to create a system that works for you. Sometimes we would revisit what did not work before at a different point in life because different circumstances require different tools, right? Moving on, we have the month view. I don't really use it. I've tried using it for tracking things like learning how to drive, logging my driving hours. The bottom here is great for projects. For me, it hasn't quite helped since I don't flip to this page if at all. But I'm trying out task batching now, so I might just update y'all. Drop a comment down below if you want to see an update in a couple of months and if there's anything specific you'd like to see. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to the page where all the magic happens. This weekly view is where I spend the most of my time. Passion Planner has intended for this to be used for task batching, so it has the times of 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. every day. For me, I use it as a hybrid. I use it to write my to-do list and to journal every day. I'm just trying out task batching, but I mostly do that on my Google Calendar as I prefer flexibility in terms of being able to move time blocks around without leaving a mess of blankouts. Another thing that I never fail to use each week is the good things that happen box. I write one good thing that happened every day. It can be anything, even something that you do every single day. This trains me to be grateful for the small things in life and to celebrate wins no matter the size, which has been incredibly helpful in shifting my mindset. I'll talk more about this in our conclusion because we have more features to get to, like this week's focus box. Much like the theme of the year, I normally put a phrase or a word here, one that I want to intentionally put my mind towards for the week. It can be anything from self-compassion to 5 minutes of exercise every day. I need to do a better job of using the to-do list, to be honest. I use it for what it is intended for now, but we're trying to use this for general projects and part of the task batching process. There are also a multitude of ways to use it. The organization gives a lot of ideas, so I highly encourage you to follow them on Instagram. Even if you don't buy a journal, their ideas can be applied to any other organizational tool that you have. Link to their Instagram together with a $5 off code in the description box down below. The space of infinite possibilities. I love the sound and intention of it. I started using it for reflection of the week, but I kind of stopped because I reflect and look at the whole week on Sundays, since I tend to not have anything on that day. And so I have a full column for journaling. Another of my favorite feature is the monthly reflection. The questions every month are the same, and they help with providing structure and a non-judgmental way to look at how we spent the month. I do this normally plus minus 5 days between the current month and the next, and it has really helped with living a more intentional life. The last thing is the back pages. So other than the monthly and weekly views, the passion planner comes with several dotted and also blank pages which I have filled up. Some use it for mood tracking, I use it for reading lists and journaling exercises. I get these exercises from fellow YouTubers, and I will link some of them in the description box for you if you are keen to know more. I use these pages as an experimental space. They are like the expanded version of the space of infinite possibility for me. Overall, finding a planner that works for me has been an absolute game and life changer. With so many things going on in our lives, it can be overwhelming and a daunting task to keep up without a way to keep track. Being able to see my focus, tasks, and reflection on a page by my desk has helped me with my anxiety and to lead a more intentional life. I've grown up to be very hard on myself, like many of us, and this means I don't tend to celebrate. I just put my head down and try to achieve things and then move on. If I don't, I beat myself up even more. Journaling, planning, and goal setting has helped me develop coping mechanisms and, more importantly, self-compassion. Life is not a bed of roses, and learning to be kind to myself as I do with my friends and people around me has been integral to my growth, especially during the times we are in. I hope this has helped you, whether you're looking into getting a planner, are curious about journaling, or overall just looking for a sign to try this again. I'd love to hear from you, so comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay safe. Bye!